Hello BookTube, Sarah here, and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. Today is December the 15th, and it is just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon. A little bit of a late start today. I've been busy all morning editing last week's vlog because I got no editing done this week. I had full intentions. Every night I'm like, yes, I'll do a little bit of editing tonight, and then the night would get away from me and I'll be like, oh, I've got lots of time, I'll do it tomorrow. Now all of a sudden it's Saturday morning and I'm trying to get it all done, so fun times. I'm almost done. I'm hoping to get that posted in the next few hours. But anyway, and then we had to go an adult. Garrett and I had to go over to the bank and do some bank type adult things, which are never enjoyable on a Saturday. But regardless, it is done. So like I said, a late start today. So I'm going to open up my advent calendars, and then I'm going to come back and talk to you guys later, probably around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight or something like that, and give you guys my knitting and reading update for the week. Or for my knitting update for the week and my reading update for the day. So we will start with my David's Tea calendar. So for those of you who might be new, from now until the 24th, I have 2 advent calendars. This is my David's Tea calendar, and I had an issue with it last week where my calendar was messed up, and I was missing one of the days. I don't know, my calendar got all messed up and it's not. So if you have a David's Tea calendar for this year, the stuff that I pull out is going to be different than the stuff that you're getting. And I am disappointed in that, but c'est la vie, it is what it is. And then I'll explain the other calendar in a second. So let's open this one for now. So I said today was the 15th. Can never find the number when you're actually looking for it. 15, there it is, right in front of my face. Let's see here. So there we go, the 15th of December. So let's see what kind of tea we have for this evening, because that's when I shall enjoy it, is tonight. This is always so difficult to do one-handed. Oh, lost the little box. So we have, ooh, this is gingerbread. This should be good. I think I had this last year and I think I really liked it. So yes, I will report back tonight my thoughts of it when I sit down to tell you guys about my knitting and reading. So that's my David's Tea calendar. Let me put that up there as well. I'll put this over here. Excuse me for reaching. Now let's open up the other calendar. So this is also what looks like a David's Tea calendar, and it is the one from last year. But each of these little cubby holes are actually now filled with yarn for the scrap yarn blanket that I am currently knitting, sorry. And yeah, so I add a square to my blanket every day, and I will show you that also tonight. I'll show you the knitted square. So today's is, ooh, pretty. I think this came, it just rolled down the side of the chair. Hold on. I think this came from a friend of mine. It looks like it's a self-striping even. It's very pretty. So it's like grays and blues. Really nice. I like this quite a bit. So this will be really pretty added into the blanket. So I don't know the yarn, I don't know the dyer, I don't know any of that stuff. But yeah, very much looking forward to getting this one in the blanket. So I'll update you guys on that one tonight. So until then, I'll talk to you later. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is Saturday night. It is just after 9 o'clock. And I thought I would sit down and do my update. So, update on my tea. I haven't drank it yet. I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to go make a cup of tea, but I wanted to get this done before I forgot. Before I got too comfortable watching BookTube and stuff, I actually ended up this afternoon. I watched 3 episodes of CSI. We downloaded, or we subscribed to the CBS All Access app. And the whole reason I subscribe to it is for CSI. I have never watched the entire series from start to finish. I actually didn't start watching CSI until about season 6 or season 7, maybe even later than that. And I tried to catch them in reruns. They used to be on like the Mystery Channel and stuff like that, but they were never in any kind of order. And after so many months, they started just repeating the same episodes. So it's like they were only so many different episodes were in syndication. So I was going, because I do like the show. My thing with CSI is that I find it can get a little graphic, and I don't care for that so much, which is why I tended to shy away from it at the beginning when it was first on. But which is why I loved Law and Order so much, because it was still a police procedural, but you didn't get that graphic aspect of it, which is is not needed. And I remember actually funny CSI story is that when before I met my husband, I lived in a basement apartment of this woman, and she had a son who, when I first moved in, was in like a senior in high school. And he actually, it was during the height of CSI when it was really, really popular on TV. And her son actually went to school to do that, like for forensic science, right? And his first or second day home from, or no, his first time home from university, because he went to university, when he was home for Thanksgiving break in early October, I was outside and I was going to my car and I saw him and I was talking to him and I said, how's it going? Like, what's it like? He was laughing. He said his takeaway from, like, so far was his first day in class. All the students were sitting there and the professor looked at them and said, if you think at all that this is going to be just like it is on television, you can leave now. Because it's not. I mean, they take so many liberties on the television show, but I really do enjoy it. So anyway, I subscribed to the CBS All Access. And I was saying to my husband, it's like, I think it's like $5 a month it costs us. When I think about buying the DVDs, the cost ratio, you know, I mean, it works out, you know, and plus along with the regular CSI, because I'm talking about the Vegas one, is the one I'm working through now. I'm about halfway through season 2. And I think there's something like 17 seasons or 15 seasons or something like that. I also have CSI New York to watch. And New York was actually always my favorite. I don't know what it was about the New York one, but I just loved it. And Miami, I've never watched. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of David Caruso. Or whatever his name is. I just, no, that one never appealed to me at all. But anyway, so I watched that this afternoon. So I did not get a lot of extra reading done today. So I plan on doing some more tonight, but that's why I thought I'd sit down with you guys now. So, sorry, that was a whole long discussion about television, which I'm sure you didn't care so much about. But let me show you my knitting. So, I'll show you my blanket, the square I added into my blanket. Did I ever show you guys this bag? Okay, this is from a company that no longer dyes yarn, and I'm so sad because Amanda did some amazing yarn, and this is No Makers. So that was like her logo, or sort of, and it says Breaking Yarn Diet since 2010, which is when she started. She ended this year. So I think she was in business, well, she would have been in business for 8 years. But on the back it says Yarn Diet Rules. So those of you who are also knitters or crafters, even crocheters, will appreciate this. It says 1, acrylic is like artificial sweetener. Life's too short to not use the real stuff. 2, mini skeins equal 100 calorie packs of cookies. They hardly take up any stash space. 3, for maximum weight loss, knit the bulky stuff first. 4, sock yarn is intended for useful attire. It doesn't count. It does not. Sock yarn, always hand knitting socks. And 5, all yarn is high in fiber. So it's good for you. I love this bag, and this is what my sock yarn blanket lives in. So I have to weave in ends. I have not done that yet. I try and do it every other square, but because I've been knitting them like all weekend, I've been, you know, wanting to do other things too. I didn't want to take the time to knit in, to weave in ends, so I'm gonna have to do that. I'll probably do that while I'm off on break. So this is the one that I added in yesterday that you guys did not see if you watched my last vlog, which is still uploading. I'm at like 4 minutes left, it said, when I started recording this, so we'll see if it's actually done by the time I'm done. But there's the one from yesterday. It is called Let It Snow, and I still cannot remember the dyer. I'm sorry. I'm horrible. I just can't remember who it was. And then this one is the one I put in today, and this was the unknown, but it was obviously self-striping. Isn't it pretty? Oh, I just love it. So yeah, so there are the next ones that I've put in. So that is that. I'll toss that over there because I got to fold it back up into the bag. So on to the things that I've been knitting this week. Not a lot. It's not going to look like I got a lot done because I had to rip something out. I started something new and then I had to rip that new thing out and start it again. So I'll explain when I get to it. But dropping things on the floor. Excuse me. Sorry. Reaching again. All right. Sorry about that. First up, the sock. In my pretty bag here, my Fat Squirrel Fibers bag. She has a podcast, the Fat Squirrel, on YouTube. That's her name. She's pretty awesome. I met her a couple years ago at Rhinebeck. So, Amy Beth is her name. And so, let me see here. I don't know why I wrapped this all up, but I did finish a sock this morning. Or was it last night? It was last night I finished the sock. So I finished the first sock last night. Oops. So there's where I was last Saturday when I showed you. So that's what I got done. I just love this. I think this is just so perfect for this yarn. This pattern is so, so perfect. So, of course, heel, your foot, the whole 9 yards. That green is just stunning. I absolutely am in love with this yarn. It's called Tannenbaum, and it is from a company called Beach Bum Yarns. Beach Bum Yarns, I think it's called. Beach Bum Yarn, yes. And they're on Etsy, so in case you're looking. Now, this is from a couple years ago, so the problem is that oftentimes, you know, it's not like a book where I can tell you, oh, check out this book, and then you can go and buy it on Amazon. Sometimes it's like limited edition and stuff like that, so, but yeah, but I'm loving it. So that's the first sock that I have gotten done. And this morning while I was editing the vlog, I'm all twisted here. Sorry, guys. What is going on here? Okay, I have no idea what's happening on this. Huh. Anyway, doesn't matter. I'll untwist it afterward. I've started the second sock. So I just have the toe and the first little bit. So I've got about 1.5 inches done of the second sock. So my goal is to get these done by Christmas Eve, which is a week Monday. So we shall see. But yeah, so still loving these. Absolutely. It's a great pattern. As I always say, I will link all the patterns in the description box below if you guys are interested in checking them out yourself, if you're crafters or knitters or whatever. Yeah, so that's the sock. So the other one that I worked on a bit was my Something Wicked mittens. These are for my mom for Christmas. So again, another thing I have to get done in time for Christmas, but unfortunately something else has taken all of my... I enjoy knitting on the sock, don't get me wrong. And I am enjoying knitting on these. But I don't do so good with deadline knitting, which is why I don't knit a lot of people Christmas presents. But the good news is I'm almost done one mitten. Now, this will not take me long to do the second one, but this is the first time, this is exciting, this is the first time I've ever actually knit a full mitten, like closed off mitten and not a fingerless mitt. So I still need to do the thumb. I'm going to do that tomorrow, and I'm going to try and get this part of it done on the second mitt. This actually flies, and once I had this done and once I figured this out, it was easy peasy. So it took me no time. So I'm not too concerned about it taking me a lot of time, but so there we go. Ignore the thumb. But I do have a mitten. So I'm so excited, and I really, really love the way this looks. So the snowflake, of course, is where I was the last time I showed you guys. And yeah, so it's a little, I probably could have gone one more row, but the thing is like you can just, you know, I didn't measure my mom's hands. So I figured her and I are about the same. Our feet are the same size, so I think this will be okay. If I have to rip it back and redo this, it won't be that big a deal. But I am really, really happy with it. I really think she's going to like them. And yeah, so it was kind of nice. I had to modify, because the pattern is only made for fingerless mitts. But I used the decreases and stuff like that for this part of it from the Maze pattern by Tin Can Knits. I just modified the stitch count and did it that way. So yeah, so it fits really nicely. At least it feels like it fits nicely to me. You know, so yeah, I really, really like it. And I think she's gonna like it too. I would rather them be like literally my middle finger is like right there. Like, you know, your longest finger. So my thought is I'd rather it be just a little bit too not tight, but I'd rather it be like, you know, more snug than loose. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather not have extra fabric up here. So yeah, and it's your hand. It's not like it's your foot or anything like that. So then, like I said, I just got to do the thumb and I'm good. So there's that one. So hopefully by the time I show this to you guys next Saturday, I will be done the second mitt. I am making myself work on these and the socks this week. But I'm also I'm gonna like set myself like goals. Like I want to knit so much in my sock and so much on the mitt every day. And then if I do, I'm allowed to work on my new thing. And this is the new thing. So it's living in my Golden Girls bag, which I love, and I use this bag every chance I get. So I blame for this project Cheryl over at CR Flames Fan. She is a booktuber that I watch. She doesn't post typically a lot of videos, but she is Canadian. She's out in Calgary. CR, I think it's CR Flames Fan, yeah. So she's a Calgary Flames hockey fan. It's hockey, right? Anyway, she always posts weekly videos of what she's reading, and she reads a lot of mysteries, and she's very, very sweet and a lot of fun, and I like her a lot. But for the whole month of December so far, she's been doing a yarn advent because she's also a knitter. So she has been showing her knitting when she does her like Friday or weekly reads or whatever, she shows what she's been reading and then what she's been knitting. But now that she's doing this yarn advent, she bought this advent calendar from her local yarn store, and she opens one every day and then she shows you the progress. And it's a mystery project, so you're knitting it and you don't know what the end piece is going to look like. Now, I've done mystery knit-alongs before, and they can be a lot of fun. And I got the urge last Sunday, so not quite a week ago, to see if there was anything on Ravelry for a mystery knit-along. So an MKAL is the abbreviation that they go by. So I searched that on Ravelry, and I came across this one called, excuse me, I have the pattern right here. Midwinter Moon. Now, you guys don't know, moon, celestial, all those things I'm kind of obsessed with. When I turn 40 in about 3 months, I do plan on going to get my next tattoo, and I want the phases of the moon tattooed right here. Not anything huge, and I just want, like, it's a very cute little design that I have, very simple little design. I want to get that done because I'm kind of obsessed with, like, the moon and stuff like that. So when I saw the name for this one, I was like, okay, it's got my attention. And the knit-along started on the 7th, so a week ago Friday. And there are 4 clues that are being released, one every Friday, so the 7th, the 14th, the 21st, and then again on the 28th. And you needed 3 colors of sock yarn, and you could buy, of course, the kit. They were selling a kit, but I went ahead and I looked through my stash to see what I could find. These colors are so perfect. So this is going to be a shawl. I have no idea what it's going to look like at the end. And you needed 3 colors, like your dark, your medium, and your light. So 2 of these colors are ones I bought at Rhinebeck. And they are from a company called Flying Goat Farms, which I just love. So this is a sparkle, you guys. You can my hair is in everything, I swear. The sparkle in that's all those little flecks are sparkles. Like, it's amazing. So I've got, this is my darkest color, and it's called, what's this one called? Oh, this one's called Night Sky. I mean, perfect, right? And then my middle color, speaking of No Makers, I showed you guys that bag that my blanket's living in. This is a No Makers. So this is going to be my second color, or my middle color. And this one is called, I should know this, Winter Wonderland. Like, this was made for it. And then my lightest color, also from Flying Goat Farms, is going to be this one, which is called Lightning. So those are going to be my three colors in the shawl. So from dark, medium to lightest. And what happened is that you carry the yarn, because you're working with 2 colors, often for a while at the same time. And you have to carry this, like, because this is my main color is the blue. And then that's the second color. Sorry for using that finger to point. I apologize. I was not telling anybody anything rude. But you carry this color as you're going. The problem I ran into is along this edge where you're carrying the color, I was pulling the yarn, like pulling it, and it was too tight. So there was no give. And you don't want that. You want there to be some give on the edges of a shawl, because at the end I'm going to be blocking this out. So, you know, but that's what it looks like so far. So I was actually quite a bit of the ways through this already. So the second clue's already been released. And there are almost 300 rows. I'm only at row like 30. So I've got a ways to go. I'd like to catch up. I will be off, of course, as I've said before, on winter break or on Christmas break, when the office is on shutdown between the Christmas and New Year. So I can probably do a lot of catching up then. But like I said, if I can get my sock and my mittens done for my mom, then this can become like my main thing. So the sweater I was working on, the cowl I was working on, all that's going to the wayside, because this is a mystery knit along and I want to keep up with it. I would really, really love to be able to catch up. But yeah, because there is a message board on Ravelry where you can go on and look at like spoilers. So I'd love to be able to post pictures of my own and go and see what other people have done with all the different colorways and stuff like that. So again, it's called Midwinter Moon, and it's a mystery knit along, but it's going to be a shawl, and I think it's going to be spectacular. I love the colors I picked. So anyway, so yeah, so that's all my knitting. Put that away in there. I was going to put this in a Christmas bag, but I'm like, oh, let's use the Golden Girls. I use this bag as often as I possibly can. So, reading update. Sorry, just let me put this away too. I don't like leaving stuff hanging all over the floor, you know what I mean? Especially with the cats around. So, reading update. My current, just had to think. My current audiobook, I just started it today, is Someone to Trust by Mary. Is it Ballow? I think is the name of this author. Of course, the picture will be up here. This is book 5 in the Westcott series, and it takes place at Christmas time, of course. This is actually a NetGalley read. Now, I was approved for the book on NetGalley, which is great, but I actually went ahead and used one of my credits to get the audiobook because it was narrated by Rosalind Landor, and I adore Rosalind Landor's narration. And so at the very beginning of this book, the whole family's together for Christmas, and you are introduced to a lot of characters that I'm assuming are in the first 4 books. So I am going to have to go back. Now, this is an author I've never read before, so this is very exciting. I'm going to have to go back and read, probably at some point, the first 4 books. That's okay if I was a little bit spoiled. It doesn't bother me in the least for something like this. Now, this is the story of a man and a woman, obviously, and she is widowed, and he is younger. He's 26 to her 35, I think. So, especially for the time period, it's kind of interesting that she is a once married woman who is now widowed, and he has never been married, and he's actually looking for a wife. That the two of them would end up having a relationship. It's just a little outside the norm for Regency. Whereas, oftentimes the man could be a bit older and she's a bit younger or what have you. And, he's often the one with a bit more experience, if you will. So yeah, so far I'm enjoying this one quite a bit. I'm only a couple hours into it. This is the very first day of the Create Your Own Readathon. And my goal was 8 hours. I don't think I'm going to get there this weekend. But that's okay. Fresh start. It's a new one every month. It's not a hard and fast anything. It's just to encourage you to read more, over the weekends. But yeah, so I have to get better, and I know I'm going to do this starting in 2019, I might even think about doing Twitter sprints in 2019. If you guys are interested in that for the Create Your Own Readathon, please do let me know. I might post that in the group too on Goodreads, looking for comments and suggestions and stuff like that, to do maybe Twitter sprints, or maybe even some like Instagram challenges and stuff like that, just to get more participation, because it's fallen to the wayside over the last few months, and I do apologize. But anyway, yeah, my goal was 8 hours. So far I'm at, I think, 4. So actually, you know what? That's not too bad. If I can get 4 tomorrow, we'll see. I'm going with my mom in the morning, and then Garrett and I have to go grocery shopping, and then, yada yada. It's a Sunday, right? But yeah, so anyway, I'm enjoying this book so far, like I said. And my current ebook is Christmas, a Biography by Judith Flanders. I got a bit of reading done on this one today as well, and I am enjoying it. I'm about halfway through it at this point. I would like to get it done by tomorrow, but like I said, I'm going to be busy tomorrow again, so I don't know if I'm going to get it done tomorrow. I'll probably finish it on Monday. But yeah, again, I mentioned this in my last vlog. This is essentially, well, this is a new vlog, so I've got to share with you guys if you didn't watch the last one. This is essentially, as the title suggests, it's a biography of Christmas. Right from the very beginnings, from the religious, secular parts of it, up into our modern day Christmas. So yeah, I am enjoying it. I do love history. I do really enjoy these little, you take one subject and get the history of it. I really do like that, in all honesty. I have read a number of books like that, and I find them very, very interesting. But this one I'm really enjoying. Judith Flanders is a great author. She wrote The Invention of Murder, which I read earlier this year as well. So I am very excited to get into more of her books, actually. She's a good historical author, or historian. So yeah, so that is all the reading I've gotten done today. I said it last weekend, because when I was editing the vlog for this week, I'm like, yeah, that didn't happen. I said I wanted to finish A Mountain Man for Christmas this weekend. I will not get it done this weekend. My goal is to get it done by the end of this vlog. By next Friday, I want that book done. And I want to have made good progress as well in my Nancy Drew book. I also did not get a lot of reading done on my print book this week, or yeah, my Harlequin book. I don't even have it on me. It's in my work bag over there. I haven't really picked it up very much, so I need to do that. I might just let it, read it next week too, and have it, finish it later, finish it sometime next week. I'm not going to put any pressure on myself. The last week before Christmas, work should start to slow down, which is the good thing. It should quiet down. A lot of people start going on break. You know, they take it a little bit early and stuff like that. So I'm one of those people. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I really enjoy being at work leading up to the holidays. There just seems to be a different attitude in the office, and it's been like that for almost every job I've ever worked. You know, people just seem to be in a slightly better mood. It could be the amount of sugar that is going around the office because there are so many treats. People bring in, it was funny, my husband and I had to go to the bank today, and we were meeting with one of, like, you know, in the woman's office, and she had like a thing of chocolates, and she was, please help yourself. One of my clients gave them to me. And I said, you can't go anywhere without there being treats in an office now. And she's like, no kidding. She's like, there were cupcakes in the break room and somebody else brought in cookies. It's exactly the same thing in my office. You know, so I do enjoy the lead up to the holidays, being in an office or being at the office. You know, you still have your stressful days and stuff like that, but there's just something, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's hard to explain. But anyway, guys, I have rambled on enough for this clip. I'm going to go watch some BookTube, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Morning, BookTube. It is December the 16th. It is Sunday morning. It is just before 8 a.m., and I thought I would pop on and do my advent calendars for the day. I'm waiting for my mom. She's actually coming here today to meet me because we are going to a different bingo hall this morning, which is the opposite way from where she lives, so it makes more sense for my dad to drop her off here. He's going to his sister's anyway, and my aunt lives like 5 minutes away from me, so that works out well. So anyway, advent calendars. Let's see what we have today. Very exciting. I said it was the 16th, right? Okay. It's gonna be a long day. Here it is, the 16th. All right, let's see what we have in today's calendar. So, something interesting. I'm not sure I'm familiar with this one. Fox goes flying. Ginger turmeric tonic, I think it's called. It's a ginger tea. Interesting. I will try it and I will report back to you guys tonight. And then for my yarn calendar, let me see here. What do I have? I have to weave an ends on that blanket today. That's like one of my goals for today. I have several goals for today, actually. Where's the 16th? There it is at the bottom, hiding on me. The 16th. Ooh. Ooh, look at that, you guys. Oh, that's pretty. That is not one of mine. That was one I got from somebody. Ooh, that's going to be really, really pretty. So yeah, so that will go on the blanket today. So yeah, like I said, busy day. Going out with my mom this morning. When I get home, Garrett and I have to go grocery shopping. And then I want to film my videos for this week. I want to do that this afternoon. And yeah, so anyway, I will update you guys later tonight. Bye, guys. Hi guys, it is Sunday night and I'm coming to you with a very quick update. It is about 10:45 and I need to get to bed very soon because I'm exhausted. But a reading update for today. Actually, first of all, the Create Your Own Readathon, readathon that I was doing this weekend. Fail epically on my behalf. I maybe got a half an hour of reading done today. I do plan on like reading another chapter or so before I go to bed, but I really didn't get that much done. So my total was like 5 hours. I'm going to go to the group tomorrow morning and post and see if anybody else has posted. I really want to revive this more in 2019. It's one of my goals because I kind of let it fall to the wayside at the end of the year. So yeah, I'm going to, do more to promote, kind of an idea. More, announcements on Twitter and Instagram and maybe doing some Twitter sprints and stuff like that. See if maybe anybody wants to co-host with me during, certain months, and maybe we can even do themes. Like, it's supposed to be a Create Your Own Readathon thing, but I'm even thinking like maybe making a theme each month of the kind of book to read or something like that. Let me know in the comments below, guys, if this sounds interesting to you at all. I'm probably actually going to do a video about this at the end of the month for my last Friday video in December, just kind of talking about this and some of the other projects that I have planned. Kind of like for the group, if you will, in 2019. But anyway, that's a side note. So, like I said, not a lot of reading done today. I actually made an executive decision tonight, and I had 5 books. I know to some of you that's not very many, but I had 5 books on my currently reading list on Goodreads, which I still have probably around 20 books that I want to finish by the end of the month. And that sounds like a lot considering it's already the 16th and tomorrow's the 17th. But I am off. Like, as of this coming Friday, I will be off until January 2nd. So, I will have lots of reading time. And I plan on, like, utilizing that. Like, I read a lot in November when I was off work, so I know I can do it. It's the problem is with the weekends is that because you've worked all week, you're trying to cram everything into the weekend. And, you have like adult things that have to be done, like grocery shopping and doing some house cleaning and going to the bank and stuff like that. So that eats up a lot of time. But when you're off, and you have that break and you don't have to go into work, it's a little bit easier to get some more reading done. So I do, I have my plans set aside for next year of how many books I want to read and how many books I want to read every month. Because as you guys probably know, I am a very structured reader. When I do my TBRs, it's very structured. This is what I want to do. This is what I want to read. I'm not I guess I'm a mood reader of sorts. No, not really. I like to know my TBR, and I enjoy that process every month of creating it. But anyway, that's a total side thing. You guys will have actually seen that video before you see this one. So I did up that list tonight, and I was kind of working on that because I didn't even get a chance to film today, you guys. I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. So yeah, like I said, I still have 20 books to finish by the end of the month, roughly. 18 to 20, I can't remember exactly how many. But I decided to take off and remove the Christmas at Prescott Inn because it's the print book that I was reading. And I just know I'm not going to have like a lot of time to sit. I want to focus on my ebooks and stuff like that because my print books don't really go towards any challenges. And you guys know, not only am I a structured reader, I'm a structured challenge reader. Like, I participate in challenges. Sorry if you can hear Garrett beside me. He's enjoying the rustling right now. And anyway, so I decided to remove that one, and I'm not going to worry about any more print books from now until January when I start my 40 Years of Harlequin project. And then I'm also decided to remove my Nancy Drew book. I'm going to put my childhood books to the side until till the end of the month, and I'll start fresh with those again in January. So I'll pick back up that one on January 1st probably. And I've decided what I was originally doing was trying to read like 3 or 4 chapters a night or something like that. But I got to the point where it's like, I'm one of those people, it's not a good trait, but it's like an all or nothing kind of thing. Like, okay, I'm not in the mood to read like 3 or 4 chapters, so I'm not going to read any. That was kind of my mindset with those books. So I've decided that in 2019, I'm allowing myself a chapter a day. If I want to read more, I can read more. But, a chapter of like a Babysitter's Club book or a Nancy Drew book every day, that's nothing. That's like 5 minutes of reading. And so what? If I only finish a couple of those every month, it's not a race. It's not anything at all like that. It's something I'm doing for fun because I enjoy it, and we're going to leave it at that. So that is that. On to action. So those are the 2 books that I decided to remove off my TBR that I've currently my currently reading list on Goodreads. So currently what I have going, and I read a little bit of it today, is Christmas: A Biography by Judith Flanders. I want to try and finish this book by Tuesday, by Monday or Tuesday, tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm about 70 pages into it, and it's a 250-page book. So that's not too bad. So I can probably finish that in the next couple days. I had been bringing my print book to work to read at lunch. I mentioned this last week because I'm trying to be more social at lunch and having lunch with other people because my hours have changed. I talked about all of this in my last vlog. But what I found is, and this is so funny, and you've become an ebook reader when I'm sitting there at lunch and you're holding a book and you're eating, you kind of got to put the book down sometimes to eat. Like if I'm eating my clementine oranges, I've got to put the book down because you can't do it with 2 hands. But with an ebook, you can lay it down there and you can just use your pinky finger to flip pages. So I would much rather do that and bring my e-reader with me and read off my ebook at lunch. So that's my game plan. My current audiobook is still Someone to Trust by Mary Ballow. Am I saying her name right? This is book number 5 in the Westcott series. Don't quote me. This one's cute so far. Again, I maybe only got another 20 minutes or so read in this one today. I did not get a lot of reading done today, you guys. My mom came here in the morning and my dad dropped her off. And then her and I drove out to bingo, and then I came back and brought her back here, and my dad met us here and helped my husband move the old couch. It was sitting on our little patio out to the garbage bin, so that was good because I can't lift it. And then Garrett and I went grocery shopping, and then we came home, and it's just like I by the time we got home from groceries, it was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and I just wanted to sit and knit and like veg out and watch some CSI and BookTube. So that's what I did. I had to go for about a half an hour by myself in the car, so that's when I listened to the audiobook. But yeah, it is about a younger man and an older woman. And of course, it's a Regency romance. It takes place at Christmas time, and so far it's really, really cute. So yeah, so there's that. So that's it, guys. That's, you know, pretty quiet on the reading front today. Oh, the third book that I still have on my currently reading list is, of course, A Mountain Man for Christmas by Deja Voss. That will get finished this week, period. I have 4 or 5 chapters left in it, a chapter a day. That's my goal I'm setting myself. I'm going to read a chapter a day of that book and get it done in the next 4 or 5 days, and then it can be gone off my want to read list, or my currently reading list. I am really enjoying it. It makes it sound like I'm not enjoying it. I totally am. I just keep forgetting to pick it up. So, you know, we're going to get that one done ASAP. Anyway, guys, that is it for me today. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is December the 17th, and it is 7 o'clock at night. I've been home from work for about an hour, and I've already been super duper busy. Well, not super duper busy. I've been very productive since I got home. I sat down and I filmed all 3 of my videos to go up this week because I did not get around to it this weekend, and I'm still kind of mad at myself for that. I really need to try my best to start doing that during the weekends when I have the time. But anyway, so I filmed my 3 videos. I'm not going to edit today, so my Tuesday video is going to have gone up a bit later than normal. Usually I try and, you know, get them ready to go up first thing in the morning. This one will go up, I'll edit it tomorrow when I get home from work. I just want to sit and relax now. But I thought I would sit down since I've already got the camera out and, you know, the lighting looks great and stuff like that, that I would open up my advent calendars for you guys. So, I was talking to my, Alana, posted to me saying that her calendar was messed up too. And when David's Tea emailed me back, they said they've been super busy. So I'm assuming there are a lot of other people whose calendars were messed up. So I was saying to my friends today, I think next year I'm not going to get the David's calendar. I think I'm going to look online and see if I can't find another company that does a tea calendar. I still want to get a tea calendar next year for Christmas, but I think I'm going to shy away from David's next year. Not just because of this reason, but because I've been getting this for 5 years now, and a lot of the teas are the same. I mean, you get the odd new one here and there, and like my friend Mandy and I were saying, I wasn't absolutely overwhelmed with a lot of these. You know, the ones I already knew and I liked them, and I have them in my cupboard. So I wasn't really getting anything new, and I'd really like to try a different tea company. So if any of you guys have any suggestions of just different tea companies, like I'm not talking big name companies. Like I was looking online and I saw people on Etsy who like make their own tea and stuff. Like if you know of any smaller name companies or anything like that, please do let me know, because, you know, not just to get the advent calendar next year, but I'd really love to try them throughout the year and see what I think, because I'm always interested in trying new tea. So anyway, all that being said, I will open up today's, and I mean, this was super expensive. Like, I'm not going to, this was $50. So, you know, I'm willing to, you know, I've given them my money. I am still a happy client. I'm not shying away from David's Tea now because of a one-off incident that I had. But, you know, it just, I think I'd like to try something different. So, what did I say? Today was the 17th? 17, there you are, down in the bottom corner. So, yeah, so David's, they emailed me back, and I don't know if I told you guys this or not. Oh, for those of you who this might be watching this vlog, you know, this is a brand new thing. My calendar was actually messed up because everybody should be the same. If you're getting an advent calendar, it should just generally be the same if it's from a big company. And I was missing a T. I was missing one of the days. So I was a little bummed about that, and I emailed them, and they are sending me out some samples, which is fine, but the samples are none of the ones of the one that I'm missing, and they're also sending me coupons, which, in my opinion, I don't know. I just feel like it's like, hey, we're sorry we messed up, but here's some coupons so you can spend more money at our company. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. Oh, and this one is open. That's fun. Well, now I'm extra annoyed. Okay, so. It is. It's open. Chocolate orange, though. It's just open just a little tiny bit. So chocolate orange. So this one should be good. I don't think I've tried this one, so I'm very much looking forward to this one. I will have this one tonight, and I'll update you guys tomorrow. Oh, I should show you guys my blanket, too, while I'm thinking about it, before I completely forget. So, I don't remember if I showed you guys Saturdays. I think I did. If not, you'll see it when I show you yesterday. So yesterday was Sunday. So Saturdays, just in case I didn't show you, I apologize if you're seeing this again. This one was Saturdays. The gray and blue one, very, very pretty. And then this was yesterday's. Isn't that gorgeous? It's an unknown yarn, but it's so pretty. I love the black and the bright rainbow colors. So, so, so pretty. So, and I'm showing it to you backwards. It really doesn't matter. But there it is. Very pretty. I really, really like it. So yeah, so that was my yarn from yesterday, from my my blanket. So let's see which one I'm putting in today. Also from the 17th. Did I put that one back? I did. Up here at the top, 17. Today we've got, ooh, purple and green. I think this is from Brandy, my friend Brandy. So yeah, that is really pretty. That is going to look awesome in the blanket. Love it, love it. So yeah, so there is my opening of my calendars. And since I'm already here, let's talk about books. So right now I'm about halfway through Someone to Trust by Mary Ballow. I'm really enjoying this one. I talked about it yesterday. This one does not just take place at Christmas time. It starts off at Christmas and then it kind of goes throughout the year. So right now we're in the season. And I don't want to kind of give away some of the things that are happening, but there's a lot going on. But essentially the whole premise of the story, it's about a slightly older woman and a younger man. There's a 9-year age difference between the two of them. She is widowed. He is looking for a wife. And it's the friendship that they strike up. So this is a very slow burn kind of romance. It's not like a typical Regency where they meet and within a few weeks they're married or engaged. Where this one they met at Christmas and it's now like the summertime. And they're still just friendly with each other and stuff like that. So it's a really delightful little story. You meet a lot of characters that I am assuming show up in previous books. But that's perfectly okay by me. I really, really am liking it. And yeah, I recommend this one because I think it's super duper cute. So far I recommend it. I'll have it done by tomorrow. I'll let you guys know a bit more. My ebook that I'm still reading is Christmas, a Biography by Judith Flanders. And I'm really enjoying this one too. We are now into like Victorian times. Like it's literally going from like in the timeline of, you know, time essentially. And how Christmas factors in and the different when traditions started and stuff like that. So we're now into Victorian times. And it's really delightful and really enjoyable. I am hoping to get more reading. I am definitely going to be getting more reading done on this one tonight. I want to get to about 75% tonight. I think I'm about 50%, 60% on the way through this one. So I don't have much more reading to do today. But I'd like to get another little bit read on this one. Right now I'm at a point where you're starting to get pictures, like old advertisements and old, you know, pictures and stuff like that in the book, which is a lot of fun. But I'm really enjoying it. I do like Judith Flanders. She wrote The Invention of Murder that I read earlier this year that I absolutely loved. And yeah, so I'm enjoying this one a great deal. And I also plan on trying to read at least a chapter or two of A Mountain Man for Christmas tonight before I go to bed. So yeah, so anyway guys, that is it for this little clip. I'm trying to keep these clips short because my vlogs are becoming horrifically long. And, you know, I know you guys don't mind it, but I don't want to ramble just for the sake of rambling as I go ahead and start to ramble. So I will let you guys go. I'm going to make my dinner and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye guys. Hi guys, it is December 18th and it is about 8:30 at night and I am coming to you with my quick little update for today as per usual. Let us open the advent calendars first. I do have my, I have to put my, I'll do that in a minute. Put my blanket square in for the day. So what I say, it was the 18th. I can never find these. 18. Oh gosh, that's why. The light was hitting it and I couldn't see it because the thing is the gold. Let's see if we can do this one-handed again. You guys get all the faces when I do this. Alright, so today's tea is... Ooh, I have this one in my cupboard. Caramel shortbread. Really, really yummy. This is a caffeine-free tea. It is a fruit infusion. It is really, really yummy. Like, legit caramel shortbread. That's what it tastes like. It is so good. Highly recommend that one. So that is that. So let's get my yarn for the day. There's Garrett in the background, playing Warcraft and watching the hockey game. He's multitasking. Today's yarn is super pretty and I can't get it out. Garrett, help. The yarn doesn't want to come out. Ooh. Yes, I've just knit this one. This is my Pumpkin Princess from Fiber Stash. So this just became a pair of socks recently if you guys have been watching me for a while. So that's exciting. So that is today's yarn. So that will go in the blanket. So let me show you yesterday's yarn. Sorry. Bear with me as I lean all over the place. I hope I didn't flash anybody on that one. I apologize. I will be sure to cut that out if I did. What are you laughing about?
I'm not. That was just an amazing save.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Hockey game.
Lalongo.
I have no idea what he's talking about. So yesterday's square is that one right there. Isn't that pretty? It knit up so lovely. So it is this purple with blues and greens. Very Halloween-y kind of color, I like to think. But yes, I really, really love that one. So that's what went in yesterday. So anyway, reading update for today. I finished 2 books today, finally. I just feel like I haven't finished anything in days. So finally I finished 2 books. My first one that I finished on my way home from work was Someone to Trust by Mary Ballow. I think that's how you say her name. It's the 5th book in the Westcott series. And I've talked about this one for the last couple days. Sorry, guys. My brain is gone for today. I've talked about this one over the last couple days. So it's a typical Regency romance. It's not, I did label it on Goodreads as being a Christmas book, but it's not really a Christmas book. It starts at Christmas time and it ends sometime over the summer. So it takes place over about a 6 or 8 month period. But like the opening first quarter of the book takes place over Christmas. So, you know, it is kind of a Christmas story, in a way. So it is about Elizabeth and Colin, and Elizabeth is 9 years older than Colin, and she's a widow. Her first husband was an alcoholic, and he did abuse her, unfortunately. Not too much goes into the discussion about it. It's just kind of, it's mentioned. So again, it's a Regency, and Colin is looking for a wife, and the two of them are very good friends. His sister is married to her brother. Yes, that's how it goes. So, you know, the two of them kind of, you know, think very fondly of each other, things like that. It was a really, really cute story. I don't want to give too much away. My one issue, I ended up giving this book 3.5 stars. And my one issue with this was that because it was the 5th in the series, you are introduced to a lot of other characters. Now, I know in series like the Bridgertons, for example, where it's a huge family, you know, you are introduced to other members of the family, but it felt like every single character in all the other books were brought into this story. So that kind of took not took away from it for me, but it did get a little bit confusing with all the characters. I think if it's one of those series that you read from book 1, it would be a little bit easier to figure out who is who. Whereas with the Bridgertons, you know, oftentimes you do get mentions of the other family members, but you only have them all together every now and then. Whereas in this case, all the characters seem to be together all the time. It was really, really well written. I really did enjoy it. I wish I had started at book 1, you know, in a case like this. Again, it didn't take away from the story. Like, you know, the other characters didn't have anything to do with what was currently happening. They just happened to be there. But I would like to go back and start this series from the beginning because I really did enjoy it. In terms of steaminess for, you know, for this book, it really, you do have a bit of adult content, but, you know, when that scene started, I thought, okay, here we go, you know, this will be, you know, however, and it was like, it was not graphic at all. It was what I like to call the behind closed doors kind of adult scene. So yeah, so just so you know, like again, I like to tell you guys if this is the case. So yeah, so I enjoyed it. I will go back and read the rest of the series, or start at the beginning and work my way through. Um, and the other book that I finished today was Christmas: A Biography by Judith Flanders. Of course, it talks about the Christmas, about Christmas, like right from, gosh, oh, how far does it go back? Oh, like earlier than the Middle Ages, up until pretty much modern day. And you know why and the how we celebrate the way we celebrate, and where a lot of the customs and traditions came from and stuff like that. I actually highlighted a section of let me see if I can find it. Sorry, bear with me, you guys. I should have had this up and ready to go. But I've got my blanket kind of draped over. Just because, why not? So let me see if I can easily access this at all. Let me close this. Sorry, please talk amongst yourselves. Um, no, I really, really enjoyed this. If you are a history buff, you know, like if you enjoy history and things like that, you know, you might really, really enjoy this one. If you are a fan of Christmas, like if you just enjoy Christmas and you know, reading about it, and where's the book gone? Sorry, bear with. What is it in? Good Lord. I have a lot of books with the word Christmas in them on my Kindle. I mentioned it in our, sorry, side note. There it is. I mentioned it in, mine and Garrett's, when Garrett did the 1,000 subscriber Q&A with me. I asked if you guys would be interested in me doing a like a Kindle bookshelf tour, and I started thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know if that's viable because I have 700 or 800 books that I've bought for the Kindle, bought or got for free, or you know what I mean. So I don't know if that would be viable. There it is. Sorry, I was hunting out the book. See, this will tell you how many I have on this device, like for me to find one book. So as I was reading through it, they were talking like, and it does go linear, so it goes right from like I said, like prior to the Middle Ages up until like modern day, and it it talks about different aspects and where different traditions came from and stuff like that. And I got to a part of the book. Let me go ahead and find it here because I did highlight it. Where it talks about the Thanksgiving Day parades. And most people, I don't care where you are in the world, you think about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade, right? It's like the lead up to Christmas. It's where Santa arrives to go to the Macy's department store and opens up like Santa's Village or whatever it is. So they're talking about that. So I got to this part and I wanted to read it for you guys because I don't know if you guys are the same, but when you're reading like these kind of books and you come across something that takes place in your own hometown or where you're from, I find it very interesting. So bear with, I'm going to do a little reading for you guys. Macy's, however, was not the first department store Christmas parade, nor was it an American innovation. Instead, the parade developed north of the border, originally in Toronto, at the Eaton's chain of department stores. Eaton's had been using Santa in its advertising from the 1890s. From 1903, their Toronto store had a visit from Santa each December. In 1905, an advertisement announced which train Santa would arrive on, inviting customers to meet him at the station. Such was the response that the following year the trip from the station to Eaton's was rendered more dramatic, with Santa in a carriage pulled by white horses and four trumpeters alerting passers-by to the visitor within. By 1911, the short trip from the station had come to take 2 entire days, as it wound around the city under banners promoting Toyland at Eaton's, followed by store employees and the Eaton's owner in procession. I was just so thrilled when I read that. I'm like, yay! And one of my personal traditions is watching the Toronto Santa Claus Parade. Every year, that's the day that our Christmas tree goes up. It's been tradition since I was a kid. One year, I remember I was in hospital, and the parade used to go up University Avenue in Toronto. And all of us kids who were in the hospital, and I was there the day of the parade, we actually sat in front of the windows and we had like a bird's eye view of the parade. And I remember that. Not a distinct memory, but something triggers in my mind when I think about it. But yeah, it's just such a part of living in the city and growing up in the city. I just find it fascinating. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys because I thought it was interesting. But anyway, I'm going to let you guys go. And this has been long and rambly, I'm sure. I'm going to go get some more knitting done. I'm going to watch some BookTube. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is December 19th, and it is 6 o'clock at night. I just got home, so I thought I would sit down and chat with you because I have a video I want to edit, and I'm making my dinner because I'm starving. But I thought this way I record, and then I can go and do my nightly things that I need to do. So we will start off with, of course, the advent calendars. So the first one from David's, like I said, today's the 19th, and here it is, the 19th. And today's tea is, this is so much easier with two hands. Tulsi Tranquility. I am not sure at all what this is. Interesting. Let's read the back of the box, people. Let's see what we have here. Fruity Stress Relief. Oh, that sounds lovely. Ingredients: rose hips, shells, and seeds. Apples, Tulsi, Tulsi. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest. Hibiscus, red currants, rose petals, raspberries, strawberries, and natural flavorings. And it says it's kosher. Good to know. So yeah, so that should be yummy. I have not tried that one before. I will definitely make a cup of that tonight. Considering it's caffeine free, that'll be great. And then of course my yarn calendar for today. See, let me show you guys. This is what, like, this one is cool because this year's they've got the string on all of them. So in theory, you could hang them from a tree if you wanted to, but then they all look like that still, right? Whereas last year's calendar, as you opened the doors, you turn them around and they become a picture. So it's a lot easier as you go through to see which ones you haven't opened yet. So here we go, the 19th. And whoops, oh, I know this one. I knit this one recently. I made myself some really big yarn balls when I wound them up myself. This is Tilting Planet is the yarn company, and the yarn is called something I don't remember. I honestly don't remember the name of it. But I made a hat out of this very, very recently, actually in October. And it's really, really pretty. So that's going to look great in the blanket, so I'll put that in tonight. So that is that. Let's get into, let me just put this, let me turn it over. Only a few more days, you guys. 1, 2. I didn't turn 10 around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more days, you guys. 5 more days till Christmas Eve. I only have 2 people to shop for, and I haven't even shopped for those people yet, my niece and nephew, so I need to get on the ball. I just mentioned to my husband when I came in, like, when we go grocery shopping at Walmart on Saturday, I need to get the presents for Katie and Jonathan. Just a pair of pajamas each, because money is very, very tight right now. So just a pair of PJs each and a couple books. So, you know, I'm sorry Auntie Sarah can't indulge you this year, maybe next year. They have a lot of other relatives that they're going to get a ton of other gifts from. So those children will not be lacking for anything. But anyway, so reading today. I started 2 new books today, which is always exciting. My audiobook is Duck the Halls, and this is by Donna Andrews. This is, I think, something like the 16th book in this series. It's a cozy mystery series, obviously, with that great punny title. And it is the Meg Langslow series. I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the series. I've never read this series before, but so far I am really enjoying it. I've only got actually less than 2 hours left on the audiobook. I got a lot of audiobook listening done today. And I do plan on listening to some more tonight. While my videos editing and stuff like that, I need to catch up on some audiobooks because over the weekend, if you guys couldn't tell, I did not get a lot of reading done. So I need to kind of catch up on some of the stuff that I need to read. But that's okay. So I'll get another hour or so to listen to tonight. So this is the story. It is, like I said, a cozy mystery story series. It takes place in a small town in Virginia. And there have been pranksters that have been setting loose live animals in the local churches First, it was a band of skunks, and then it was a python or a boa constrictor. It was some sort of icky snake. And another time it was like 100 geese or duck. No, it was ducks. Yes, because it's Duck the Halls. It was all these ducks. So, and then now a murder's actually been committed. So, it's kind of going from there. But it's that typical cozy mystery, small town. If you guys are familiar with cozy mysteries, I really, really like them. It is a very clean, very sweet story. There's no adult content. There never is. At least I shouldn't say never. To my knowledge, there isn't any in cozy mysteries. So if this is a series you haven't read yet, definitely check it out. I haven't finished it yet, but I'm definitely getting it's part of the reason why I love the Hannah Swenson series, because it takes place in a small little town, and it's not just I was kind of glancing through the reviews on Goodreads. I really don't like reading reviews before I read the book, but I was just kind of taking a little glance through because this one has quite high ratings, and a lot of people said the same thing. You don't necessarily go into a cozy mystery to read the mystery, even though it's a mystery. But you kind of go in to read about the town and the people. It's like visiting with these people again. Do you know what I mean? And it's the same way when I read the Hannah Swenson series. You're visiting this town again. And the same as I always felt when I read the Cat Who books by Lillian Jackson Braun, going to visit Moose County, like in the later books. That was always the fun part. So I do recommend this one if you're a cozy mystery fan and you haven't checked this series out. And there goes my oven. So it's time to put my pot pie on, but I'll do that in just a minute. So the other book that I started was my ebook, and it is The Cowboy's Christmas Proposition by Silver James. This is the 7th and final book in the Red Dirt Royalty series. I'm having some issues with this one too. I don't know, maybe it's me. So the whole premise of this story, it's about a baby. Our main character, whose name Deacon, I think it is, because he goes by Deke. He is a country music star, and him and his brothers have a band, essentially, and they're very famous. He is the cousin to the 6 brothers from the first 6 books, so that's how the family all kind of ties in together. And so I'm assuming this is the last book in the series. I haven't seen any more that have been written, and I think this one came out last year, at Christmas time last year. So I don't know. At first, it almost read to me like the author was now going to branch off and write about, because he's got 4 brothers or something ridiculous like that. So I don't know whether that's going to happen or not. But this one I'm having a few problems with. Okay, so he's a very famous country musician. And a baby is left outside his tour bus one night after a concert with a note saying, "This baby is yours." So he immediately takes to it like a duck to water. Yes, I've had babies my whole life. Yes, I know exactly what I'm doing. Look at how great I am. And this highway patrol officer, a state trooper, her first name is Quinn Kincaid. And she is kind of called to the scene because somebody calls in this abandoned baby. And she goes and she's actually questioning him, do you know how to take care of an infant? This is a baby. And, he's like, "Oh yeah, I looked after my little brother." Well, it's kind of not the same thing, but, whatever. I'm not here to judge anybody. She raises some very valid points. One of the points that she makes early on in the book is she said, "Are you doing this for publicity? Did you decide to take this baby to make you look good?" And he got so mad at her. And I thought, she's doing her job. And I just really don't I've just come to realize I'm really not a fan of the whole alpha male persona. And he is exhibiting this in spades. All of a sudden, the whole family, all these cousins, the guys from the first books, descend on. And, of course, one's a lawyer. So, of course, he gets on the phone with some senator. And the senator drafts this letter stating, no, he can keep the baby instead of going through proper protocol or whatever. And I'm sorry, no. I really don't like that I'm entitled attitude. I don't like him right now. Right now, I don't like him. I'm only about 30, almost 40% of the way through the book. Very quick and easy read. Her I like. Quinn I am liking. Even, Deke's mother, is being a complete witch to her. How dare you take away this baby? Even though Deke is actually questioning whether the child is actually his or not. So, they're doing a DNA paternity test or something like that. I don't know. I'll have this done tomorrow, I'm sure, so I'll let you guys know my final thoughts on it. But as of right now, the story itself, the premise is interesting. I just really, really hate the holier than thou attitude that these characters are, like this character is showing. And the other, I think, now that I'm thinking back on it, I think that was my same issue with some of the other brothers in the later books in this series. Like the first couple, I found the brothers didn't have that kind of an attitude, but these later ones, they do. And this one, you know, especially because now you're getting not only the brothers, but this guy too. So anyway, whole long story. So that's what I'm currently reading. But yeah, it's been a good day. 2 more days until I'm off for Christmas break. So I will be off from finishing work on Friday night, and then I go back. I actually do go back next Thursday. I opted to come in. We are on skeleton staff. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this before, but it's only for 6 hours each day, and I get overtime pay for it. So it's something obviously that will come in handy, you know. So that's a good thing. And you know what? It's going to be very relaxed. I can go in my jeans and a t-shirt, and, you know, I don't have to, you know, get all gussied up in my fancy work clothes. My fancy work clothes consist of this shirt and a pair of dress pants. I'm not fancy, guys. I'm clean. My hair is washed. It looks pretty straggly right now, but it's this weather. Like, I did wash it this morning, but it's the heat and the forced air, you know what I mean? And it gets really, it's unpleasant. And, you know, some days I put on makeup. Today I couldn't be bothered because I was tired. But anyway, it's the thing. So yeah, like I said, it's only for 6 hours. Most of our reps know that we're closed, and there's not much that's being done, but it's generally pretty quiet. So that's not so bad, and I'll get some extra pay. So that's always nice. Anyway, guys, I'm starting to ramble, and I'm trying to keep these vlogs a bit shorter than they have been over the last few months. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hi guys, it is Thursday, December the 20th, and it is about 6:30 at night. I've been home for about half an hour now, and I came in, hung up my coat, took off my shoes, plopped down on the couch, and started scrolling through Instagram, and I realized I gotta stop doing this because I fell into like the Instagram black hole. I'm like, I need to get up and like I've got some stuff to do tonight. So I need to figure out what I'm having for dinner because I still don't know yet, but I'm hungry. Which means, since I'm hungry, it's going to have to be something quick. So it's probably going to end up being something like, as my American friends would call it, Kraft macaroni and cheese, or as we here in Canada would call it, Kraft dinner. That's probably what, I don't care. I love KD. What else do I have to do? Oh yes, I have to edit a video that's going up tomorrow. And I have to update my Goodreads on, the 2 books that I finished today, so I'll talk about that in just a minute. Do you guys like my earrings? I decided to wear, I know, my outfit isn't extremely festive. Tomorrow, I have my llama sweatshirt I'm going to wear to work. But yeah, these were my Christmas earrings for today, so I thought they were super cute. I only have 2 pairs of Christmas earrings. I'll wear the other pair tomorrow. But anyway, before we get into the book stuff, let's open the advent calendars today. So, the 20th of December. 20th of December. So let's see what we have today. Buddha's Blend. I've never tried this one before, so I don't know why I show you guys. It's not like you can see anything. So let me see what it says on the back here. Calming Floral Bliss. Sounds interesting. White tea, green tea, jasmine, white hibiscus, natural and artificial flavoring. Sounds yummy. I'll try it tonight. The one I had yesterday, which I can't remember what the name of it was, but it was like another fruity calming tea. It was really yummy. I might have to try that one again. So yeah, we shall see. And then we will open, sorry, my eye's itchy. We will open the yarn calendar for today. And oh, before I do, no, I'll show that to you guys in a second. I'll put these calendars down first. I do want to show you the square that I put in. I don't think I've shown you the last 2 days, so I'll show you those. So it's the 20th. And, oh, it's an unknown, I think. No, it's not. This is a colorway that I designed. No joke. So, quick backstory. About a year and a half, no, probably 2. It would have been the tail end of 2016, I think. So it would have been 2 years ago, right around now. So there's a dyer called Desert Vista Dye Works, and she used to do this like was it Desert? Yeah, it was Desert Vista Dye Works. They used to do she used to do like a year long like theme with like her colorways, like with some of them. So she would pick a theme or whatever it was, and then every month it was something different. And she would have people like post suggestions, and then if she picked your suggestion, you won a skein of yarn. So anyway, what it was that year, I'm pretty sure it was in 2017. So it was like not like a year ago. And she posted the theme for that year was books, and I think it was for the month of February. It was romance novels. So I read this book. I hadn't even read this book yet, but I had it on my TBR. I have since read it and I enjoyed it. Didn't like the sequel or the second book. I think it's a duology. It is a YA, and the book is Bad Romeo by Lisa Raven, I want to say her name is, or maybe I got that wrong. Anyway, I'll post a picture of it up here. So I posted that, and she picked mine, so I won a skein of yarn. So I will show you guys again tomorrow. I'll post the picture of the book again tomorrow, and I will show you guys the yarn. And she pretty much pulled the colors from the cover and made a self-striping yarn. So I actually have a pair of socks out of this. And I was wearing them the other day, actually. So yeah, they're my Bad Romeo socks. But yeah, so that is what's going to go on the blanket next. It's a self-striping, so unfortunately you're not going to see all the stripes. So like when I put it in the blanket. So I'll try and remember tomorrow when I show you the square and the book cover, I'll bring out the socks so you can actually see the striping sequence. It's very cool. And I was super thrilled that I got picked for that. Like, it's one of those, like, I never win anything kind of things, and I thought that was really neat. So my Bad Romeo yarn is going to go into the socks. And it is book related, guys, isn't it? Yep, so there we go. So anyway, the other thing, I'm going to talk about this in a video, because I wasn't going to do, sorry, I got a piece of something on my lip. I wasn't going to do, I know I had said I was going to do videos every Friday in the month of December, but I didn't know what to do for next Friday's video, like the 28th. And then I was thinking about it over this week, and I realized I'm going to do like an events video to tell you guys all about the exciting events that are going to be on the channel in 2019. You know, the book bingos and things like that, and the Create Your Own Readathons, of course. I'm also going to talk more about this then, because I want to kind of direct you guys to it if you're not familiar with it. But I saw this last week. Jessica from Peace Love Books and the girls from the Under the Cover book blog have teamed up together, and they're doing the Romance-opoly, which is like legit like a bingo board a Monopoly board, and it's a year-long readathon, or read-along. It's not a read-along because you're not all reading the same book, so it'd be like a reading challenge. It's a challenge, is what it is. And I was really trying to stay away from extra challenges this in 2019. I'm like, these are only the ones I want to do, and blah, blah, blah. I have a whole video that I'm going to be talking about it. You guys, it will go up tomorrow, so you guys may have already seen it. But, you know, trying to stay away from challenges, but I thought, this I can pick ahead of time. They can be accumulated into my TBR, and I can, like, pick the books, and they can go towards, like, they could be stacking the series books. They could be books for the Romance Readers Reading Group Challenge. You know, like, it doesn't have to be extra books on top of what I'm already reading. I can probably easily amalgamate them into other things. So that's my game plan. But I am going to be participating in this, and I'm super excited about it. So I'll talk about it more next Friday. But I will leave a link to the website, because they do have a whole website. They have, like, a game board you can print out, and, there was a ton of work that went into this, you guys. It's insane. So yeah, so you need to check it out. But anyway, so that's that. So I decided to join up with that today, and I signed up. So I'm super excited. So on to the books that I have read and finished, because I finished my two books today. I still need to finish A Mountain Man for Christmas. I gotta remember before I go to bed to read. I have like 4 chapters left. I need to, do you know what? I'm going to finish recording this, and I'm going to sit my butt down and try and finish it. Again, not that I'm not enjoying it. I'm just forgetting about it. So, anyway, first book that I finished today was my audiobook, and that was Duck the Halls by Donna Andrews. This is the 16th book in the Meg Langslow series. This was super cute. I talked about this a lot yesterday, exactly what the whole premise was, and, you know, how people are, things are happening in these churches. They're leaving these animals like the skunks and the snakes and the ducks. and then somebody actually gets murdered. But the murder itself, unlike most cozy mysteries where the murder tends to happen right at the beginning, the murder doesn't happen until probably about 60 or 70% of the way through the book. And then shortly thereafter, they actually catch the killer, like towards the end of the book. It was really cute. It was really, really cute. I really enjoyed it. If you like cozy mysteries, you like that small town kind of feel, you know, and even though the thing that I found very interesting, considering it was a Christmas book, and considering all these things that happen take place within all these different churches in this small town, it's not a preachy, you know, overtly religious book. Like they have some passages from the Bible, like the nativity story are talked about, because the kids are all like doing like a live nativity kind of play. And but it wasn't, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was really, really nice, really, really cute, very, very what's the word I'm looking for? It was just fun. It was really fun. It was really delightful. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of the series. Even though I've now jumped in at book 18 or 16, I can definitely feel like I can go back and I'm not going to be missing much. So yeah, so that was really enjoyable. The other book that I finished today was The Cowboys Christmas Proposition by Silver James, which is the seventh and final... Sorry, my things fell over. The seventh and final book in the Red Dirt Royalty series. Oh, so sorry, let me back up. So the Duck the Halls I'm going to give 4 stars to. This one I'm only giving 3 stars to, and I almost want to drop it down to a 2.5. But the writing on it is good. Like, so that's why I'm giving it that 3 stars. And the cover's super adorable. I had major issues with this one, guys. Exactly what I talked about yesterday. I do not like the alpha male thing. There's a scene at the end. Of course, there's a misunderstanding, and of course, you know, blah, 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 as usually happens in romance novels. But he, like, berates her. And I'm like, and you still go back to him? No. I didn't agree with that at all. I didn't like how demanding and how holier-than-thou attitude his family had and he had, you know, and stuff like that. It did keep me reading. So I guess the other reason I want to give it 3 stars is that it did keep me interested to find out, like, who the mom was. And was this his child and all those things? So, like, that part of it I did find interesting. But overall, did not love this one. Now, that being said, if you enjoy alpha male type stories, these will definitely be up your aisle. And everybody's different. It's just not my taste. But if that's something that you really enjoy, then yeah, go ahead and absolutely pick them up and read them. So I started, because I had the time, tonight on my way home from work. Now, I didn't start my next ebook yet. I'll start that later tonight. I did start my next audiobook, which is One Day in December by Josie Silver. I do not have the narrator's name on this one. I've been looking forward to this one, and I'm so glad it finally came up for me to read. And this is the story about a woman who takes place in London, England, and she is driving on her bus, or in her bus going home from work, and she spies a guy outside the bus. He's standing outside. And they kind of had this like flash of lightning moment. So she spends like the next year looking for him. And Garrett's making a face beside me, and I'm really trying not to laugh. He's playing with the cats. Anyway. Anyway, she spends like the next year looking for him. And then she finally finds him when he shows up at a Christmas party as her best friend's new boyfriend. And then it takes place over the next 10 years of their relationship and stuff like that. And the premise sounded so interesting. So right now it's like they're just kind of getting to know each other. Like, you know, the best friend and the guy, the best friend's name is Sarah. Easy enough for me to remember. Our main character's name is Lori, and his name is Jack. And, you know, Sarah and Jack have been dating for quite some time, and like about 5 or 6 months. And, you know, they're all kind of... Sarah wants Lori and Jack to be very good friends. Now, neither Jack nor Lori, both of them know what happened on that bus. Both of them remember it, because both of them have been kind of thinking about the other person for like a whole year. But neither one of them wants to mention it to each other, because they think that, you know, they'll think you're crazy. Like, why would you remember something that you just spied on a bus? Like, he was outside, she was on the bus. You know what I mean? So yeah, so far I'm really enjoying it. It shouldn't be that long. I'm actually hoping to get it done tomorrow, so we shall see. But anyway, guys, that is it for me for this clip, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay! Yay! I'll talk to you guys then. Bye, guys. Hi, guys. It is Friday, December the 21st, and it is about 6:45 at night. I've been home for about an hour and a bit. We actually left work at 4:30 today. We were rebels and left about a half an hour early. It was so quiet this afternoon. I mean, there was nothing going on. All my emails were answered. The phones weren't ringing. Most companies, I'm pretty sure, took off around lunchtime. So yeah, so we stuck around till 4:30, and then me and my coworker were like, yeah, we're done. A lot of the rest of people were leaving too, so, it wasn't like we were sneaking out early or anything like that. Or too early anyway. So I am done work now until next Thursday, when I go back for 6 hours on Thursday and Friday, and then I'm off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then I go back the following Wednesday on the 2nd of January, so that'll be nice. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to some time off. I know I just came off of a month off, but it's a little bit, it just seems so much nicer when you've spent the time prior to it actually working. It's like you enjoy it more. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it is Christmas on Tuesday. Tuesday? Yeah, because Monday is Christmas Eve. Guys, I'll be honest, I'm not in the Christmas spirit. I'm really not. Yeah, I've got the tree up and all that, and I think I mentioned this in a previous clip, but I'm just not feeling it this year. So much has happened this month with us, with, Garrett losing his job and our money issues. I don't want to sit here and complain, because there are a lot of people who are 100 times worse off than I am, and I have a lot to be thankful for. But it's still been hard, and not that we ever made a big deal about Christmas, because it's just the two of us. We don't have any children, so it's not like we're scrambling to try and buy them presents or anything like that. But I have my niece and nephew, but we still like, it's still nice to surprise each other and stuff. But you know what? Christmas is a day. It doesn't have to be on that day. So we figured, once Garrett gets working again, then we're going to celebrate and, stuff like that. So I'm going to get to spend the day, and I'm going to get to see my niece and nephew on Christmas, and I'm going to spend it with my parents and my aunt and my uncle. So you know what? It's going to be fine. I think part of the other thing is because we lost Grandma back in May, and I miss her terribly. And yeah, we had Thanksgiving without her, but Christmas was like her thing. She lived for Christmas. She lived, like, we all got together with the family for Thanksgiving, but Christmas is just always that extra. She always loved seeing how happy the great grandkids were, or even us when we were kids, and it's not going to be the same without her there this year. And I think that might be subconsciously part of it too. You know what I mean? So yeah, this has been a tough year. I think this has been a tough year for a lot of people. And blessings to all the rest of you who are having a tough year as well. Again, I have a lot to be thankful for, so I shouldn't complain. And I'm really trying not to be. I am generally a very positive person. But it's been hard, and it just doesn't feel like Christmas. But it's not just me. A lot of people have said the same thing to me this year, and I don't know what it is. Every year it just seems to come quicker. It's like it starts so early, like the Christmas season starts like right after Halloween, almost. So you're like inundated for almost 2 full months. And then, like, yeah, my tree goes up like 6 weeks before Christmas. Don't judge me. But I just love the look of a Christmas tree. But it's just, and I think the other thing is too, I often get this way when it gets close to the holiday, because then it's like, then it's over, And I used to say that to my mom, and I'm like, I never understood it as a kid, but as an adult, you totally get it. You do all this preparing, you do all these things, and then it's here and gone in a day. You know what I mean? But I am really looking forward to having the time off of work, which will be nice. I just wish that, financially we had the money, Garrett and I, to be able to do something, but you know what? There's always next year. It doesn't have to be just for Christmas or whatever, so yeah. So anyway, like I said, I am tired. I've already filmed 3 videos tonight. I'm hungry. I gotta go get us our dinner soon. And yeah, so reading. Sorry, my brain is blank today. Oh, I'm leaning on them. My advent calendars. I did not put that square in my blanket yesterday, guys. I mentioned this. You'll see it in a video coming up this week. I just filmed my January TBR, and last night the list for the romance readers reading challenge for January went up, and immediately I was like, bloop. So knitting went to the wayside, everything, and I'm like, I must, put together my TBR. So let's open both my advent calendars. So the first one, the 24 Days of Tea from David's Tea. This one was still out of the box. So then let's see here. The 21st. The 21st is where? Where are you hiding? There it is. Oops. Oh, stuck. The 21st of December. Let's see what our tea is for today. And it is mulled wine. Not sure how much I'm going to like that one. It smells a little alcohol-y. I'm not a wine drinker. I'll try it. I'll try it. And yeah, we'll see. I don't know if I'm going to be a fan of that one. But, you know, if I don't like it, I have a gazillion teas in my cupboard that I could absolutely drink from. And this is what I'm saying. I'm a little disappointed in this too this year. Well, I'm a lot disappointed in this year because A, mine was messed up. And, you know, B, I just found that there's a lot in here. I thought when I originally looked at the back of it, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a lot of those that I'm going to like. But the more I like open them, I realize like half, not half of them, but a good chunk of them I was like, meh, I'm not too terribly impressed with. And the ones that I liked are ones I've already tried. So next year I'm definitely doing something different. I am still going to get a tea advent calendar because I do love them. I have found some from some more independent tea companies, so I'm very much looking forward to checking those out next year. But of course, I will definitely be doing this again next year, which is my yarn advent. So let's open today's for the 21st again. There's the 21st, and it's purple. This is the third color that is in my shawl that's just sitting right there. My Free or Fade shawl, it had 3 colors of purple in it, so I got all 3 of them in my blanket in the month of December. I believe this is 100 Ravens is the name of the yarn dyer, but this is a one-of-a-kind colorway that my friend Jessica dyed for me. So yeah, so I really, really loved it. It looked great in the shawl, and it's gonna knit up really pretty. But this yarn is fantastic if you're looking for a great indie dyer. Like there's some great twist in this yarn. It's a lovely, lovely sock yarn, and she does some amazing colorways. But yeah, my friend Jess did this one for me, so I call it One of a Kind Jessica. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to getting to that. So, reading update for today. Surprisingly, okay, so I'll start off with my ebook because I got barely any of my ebook read. I wanted to try and get at least halfway through it today to like 50%. I think I'm at 10%. I have some serious reading to do tonight. My goal is to finish it by tomorrow. And that ebook is Come Toy With Me by Cara Summers. This is a Harlequin Blaze novel. It is a reread for me. I think I've mentioned that. And this is about a woman who owns a toy shop. And there is something nefarious going on. And her father is some sort of an admiral or something in the army. And he is like hired out one of his like officers to protect her essentially for this thing that's going on. And it takes place at Christmas time, of course. And I really enjoyed it the first time I read it. So it should be a really easy read because, you know, these are not terribly long books. So I'm very much looking forward to finishing that one off tomorrow. So I will talk about that one obviously in my next vlog. And the other book that I got a good chunk of reading done on today was One Day in December by Josie Silver. It was quiet, like I said, today at work. The phones were not very busy at all. So I actually plugged in, like, you can go on, because I'm listening to this one through Scribd, or Scribed, or however you want to say it, through Scribd. And you can bring up the player on their website. So I was able to listen to it like without having my phone or using up the power on my phone or the battery life. And I just had my headset on that I usually wear at work. And that way, in case a call came in, all I had to do was pause it and click on the call, which was great. Instead of with my phone, I like stop it and take the headphones out, put the headset back on, you know, that kind of thing, right? And because the headset that I wear isn't connected to, it's a wireless, I could walk to the printer or whatever and still be listening to it. So unfortunately, there are very few days that I'm able to do that because most of the time it's really busy on the phones. But I figured today I was going to take full advantage of it. So I only have about 3 hours left in this, and I got a good chunk of this read today. Typically I listen to my audiobooks at 2 times speed, which I'm so used to it now it doesn't even bother me anymore. To other people it sounds like I'm listening to Alvin and the Chipmunks, but I'm so used to it at this point. And this one, though, I did have to slow down a bit. Both narrators, it's a male and female narrator, it kind of goes back and forth. There are parts, not the whole thing, but there are parts when they actually talk quickly. So that added to this increase of speed, I had to kick it down a bit to 1.5 times speed. But because I got a chunk of it read today, I'm not worried about it, like trying to get through it in time. And yeah, I am so enjoying this book. Oh my gosh, you guys. So the whole premise, I think I mentioned yesterday, is about a woman who spies a man on a bus one day, and she kind of like instant attraction, lightning strike, that kind of thing. And she spends the next year looking for him, and then at the end of the year she finds him, but it is her best friend's new boyfriend. And it now goes through the next 10 years of their relationship, and how it kind of ebbs and flows and stuff like that. So, so good. Oh my gosh. There are parts of this book that are just like, it's one of those where they almost like keep missing each other, not in a, I don't want to give too much of the plot away, but yeah, you guys need to read this one. If you like a good contemporary romance, this one is fantastic. And I love the premise of it, that it's, even though it might have been that lightning strike, kind of maybe, I hate using the term insta love thing between the two of them. It's such a slow burn because it takes place over a 10-year period. And I'm so interested to see how it's going to end. I have not gone on and looked at any reviews. I don't want to see how it ends. I absolutely want to be surprised. I always say the one thing with romance novels that you get is, the two characters that meet on page one are almost always the two characters that end up together at the end of the book. But the whole premise of romance is having a happily ever after. And, a part of me has to wonder, is that happily ever after these two characters together? Or is it them just learning that they're happy? Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's so, so good. And I would be happy if it went that way. It wouldn't bother me, as long as you still get that kind of happily ever after. So yeah, so loving it, absolutely loving it. But anyway, guys, that is it. I meant to keep this short and sweet. I have a lot of editing to do. I will be editing this probably for most of tomorrow, and I will hopefully get it up to you guys. You'll hopefully see it at a decent hour. And yeah, anyway, guys, that is it. Thank you again so much for watching. Until my next video, take care and happy reading. And because I will not be talking to you guys again until after the holidays, in another vlog, Merry Christmas. And yeah, I will talk to you in my next one. Take care and happy reading, everybody. Bye. Hi, guys. I know I just signed off, and Garrett's behind me. I'm going to make this quick because I'm sure he wants to shovel food into his face. I will actually do this so he can go ahead and eat. There you go, dear. And he sent me a message while I was out that I got mail. So that's super exciting. I actually entered an Instagram contest. I never enter them. And I saw this one and I thought, oh, why not? The problem is because most of them are like not for international. So it's like US only, which I totally get because, shipping is expensive. But then they had this one and it did have it open to international. So I won a bookmark. So I thought I would quickly show this to you guys because it really did cheer me up today. I mean, I was happy anyway because it's Friday, but this kind of really made me happy. So if I can open it one-handed, let's see if I can do this. Here, I need my associate to open it for me.
Hold on, I gotta figure it out. Oh, I should.
Ignore his weird hair because he's got a very few weird cowlicks. That's why his hair is sticking up like that.
That's why I shave it.
Yes, that's typically why he well, not he doesn't shave his head, but he shaves it really low. Down. Short. Thank you, dear. All right, my associate has assisted me. So, and Gorn's at my feet. You guys haven't seen the cats in a while, have you? I shall turn the camera around when I'm done. So I got thank you and congrats. Thank you for following my bookmark art on Insta. I hope you have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. CM. That was nice. So I will leave a link to the squirrel shop in the description box below. It is CM Bookmarks, like Charlie Mary. Ooh, this is so pretty, you guys. Now, you guys know I'm not a big Harry Potter. Like, I like Harry Potter, don't get me wrong, I don't dislike it, but I just thought this was just so cute. So look, it says Hogwarts, and they are laminated, which is awesome. Then it's got all the books and the birdcage. These are all hand, she does these all by hand. They're all like watercolor and print. Isn't that beautiful? So yes, so I won that. So anyway, that is officially it for this vlog, you guys. I will talk to you in my next one. Bye, guys. As promised, the Gore Beast in his box. Yes, that is an Amazon box. He has taken up residence in it. Hey, can I say hi to the people? You gonna say hi? Hi. Say thanks for watching. Bye.